Hello everyone and welcome to Maxmus and Lexa. I am the Maxmus side of this channel, and today I'd like to ask the question, is Facebook good? Now, I think that question can be defined in different ways. Is Facebook good? Is Facebook useful? Is Facebook communication? Is Facebook bad? Does it encourage social media for sharing? Does it discourage talking together? So these are the sort of things I would just like to discuss today with you all. And obviously everyone's got their own opinion for this, and I think that's about life in general, and that's, to me, it's one of the important highlights I think about Facebook or any sort of social media, even life general. We're not all going to agree, but one of my biggest phrases I always use, it's about how you handle situations that resolve or make situations not resolved. Let's type it like that. So as I say, Facebook, okay, good, bad, both. I think part of this comes down to personal opinion and how we use Facebook. I like the other they do now about why it was actually put there, about bringing people together, and to me that's what Facebook is about. Many use it for advertising, many use it for sales, some people use it just to make friends and to reach out, which I'm going to come to because I think there's two sides on that story as well. I think one of the things that everybody really needs to do is, as I say at the beginning, everybody's different. Someone could put a comment that someone's going to agree with, another person's going to disagree with, some people's going to say I wouldn't put that. But I think what we've got to get away from is the I would. That person has put that comment there for a reason. Maybe that person's, I don't know, said they're having a really tough time. Some people feel that stuff like that shouldn't be put in there because it's too personal. But actually maybe that person needs to talk to someone, and they're not actually, they want people to talk to. Which again, I think is another thing with Facebook is, do you have 1,000 friends but only know 50? Or do you have 50 friends but you know everybody? To me personally, the friends I've got on mine is, I suppose, close to 100. Virtually everybody on my personal page, people will see some public, but it's normally due to the Facebook, YouTube and things like that. But my personal page, what I call my personal page, is I've known everybody on there, or they have done something very supportive, or I could really got to have spent a bit of time with, maybe through the YouTube, maybe through other groups, and that they've been supportive. Yeah, other than that, most of my personal friends or family, old school friends, and friends I've got now. So I think that's just my version, because yeah, we all hear of different things that can go wrong, so I try and limit that. And you know, I do talk, we all talk some personal stuff. When I say we don't. Yeah, as I said, some people don't agree with that, which is fine, absolutely fine. You know, again, it's different opinions, but I don't think those type of people should necessarily think it's wrong for others to, and vice versa. Some people can put posts on there 5 times a day and think, well, why don't others do it? Well, as I say, everyone's different, and that's the good and bad. You know, some people's going to make new friends on there. Some people's going to fall out with people, but I think that's sad. If you fall out, if you make new friends, it's great, isn't it? It's good, and that's what I say about bringing people together. If you fall out, then I think people need to look at why they're falling out. Have they misread? Can they actually talk to a person rather than just read a text? I think just reading the text, we all have good days and we all have bad days, and reading texts on Facebook or any sort of media is sometimes our mood can take us off. So I believe when you read social media things, you have to take a lot of things into consideration. Some people can do this, some people can't, and it's nothing against people who can't do this. I think you have to take in, if someone, let's say someone's put a post which they're not feeling happy. I think you have to take into consideration maybe they're unwell, they had a bad day, their situation, maybe they're going through other stuff, you know, and maybe they're not just, I don't know, you just don't know. That's the whole point. So to have a go at someone when you just don't know or don't want to understand, it's not going to help. You know, I use Facebook obviously for the YouTube sharing of videos. I use also to help spread awareness for health conditions. You know, again, it's for everyone. I think a lot of people use Facebook to spread also, as we say, words that may not necessarily be right. You know, I don't want to use the word hate or racist. I don't want to use those words, but let's just say negative posts. Again, we've all got an opinion, and any of those sort of posts, I think we've all got an opinion. But I think it's important to not to spread hate. Fine if you've got an opinion, but don't spread hate. I think that's wrong. This is all my personal opinions. Again, you know, we can all share photos. You know, we all see, when it comes to the photos, we all see things we want to be doing that our friends are doing. That is, again, life. In other words, sometimes we all think it's grass is green on the other side and all that business. But, you know, again, I think it's how you as an individual can handle that emotion. Again, accept. Maybe you'll be doing stuff that that person's going to be doing. But also on the other side of that is perhaps maybe consider that you might be upsetting a few others. So I think about getting the right balance there, you know. You know, we see things we'd love to be doing as a family and can't do for our own personal reasons. It doesn't upset me because I always wish people the best no matter what they think or my fault. That is genuine of me. But you know, you always, because that's what people should be doing, etc. People should be having fun, enjoying themselves. But for us who can't necessarily do that for whatever reason, it should be understood that, you know, perhaps, you know, I'm not saying you dislike the post, but perhaps there might be a bit of a sad moment. And I also believe that holidays, again, make sure your settings on your Facebook is kept to private, because if you put on a holiday and your house gets robbed, yeah, that's your fault. Sorry. It'd be my fault too if I did it. And some insurance companies won't actually cover you for it as well. And these Facebook things, sometimes it's something they do look at now as a way out. Because if you're saying you're on holiday, pictures of you on holiday, and your face gets broken into, they know your house is empty. So just be aware. We'll share it when you get home. At least think about it. It's just sharing it when you get home, and just be aware of that as well. You know, we're just like children. I don't mean children using Facebook. I mean, like, you know, we all put schools, they started school. That's fantastic, you know, all those stories. And, you know, seeing children grow up is good. But again, you know, it can be upsetting for some children, for some adults who've got children who are struggling, to see those upsetting. Again, it shouldn't be a personal thing. It's about handling your emotions and finding the best way to handle it. I believe that if someone's read something and they're not quite sure, perhaps they should actually have a quiet message. Because too many posts, let's face it, too many posts nowadays are misread, misconstrued, call it what you want. And because we're reading a post as a human being and a human nature, we think those people are talking to us. But everyone's got lots of other friends in there. And sometimes you're sharing it to everybody, not just the person who's reading. Obviously, if you tag someone, then that's meant for that tag. Personally, I check, I suppose, morning, a bit later. I flick through. I support certain people, and I don't mean that to anyone who don't. But if a breeze, if something catches me on, I stop and I read it. Sometimes I do it like as an acknowledgement. Or I wish there was a respect button on there, but that's my things. I don't wish it to be anything to be negative, really. I think Facebook should be about a way of communicating. You know, some people can say, you know, people should be talking. Absolutely, yes, completely agree with you. But sometimes it's also being able to link people together. We've got, say, friends in other countries. I say other countries in other country, and many other families have. We all think for ourselves, but sometimes there are other people who, in different circumstances, could be different. So it's allowed us to share photos. It's allowed other people to do video chats, and without it, those sort of things would be hard to share our life and to even get to know. So there is always a positive and negative in every situation, and any sort of social media, Instagram with photos, you know, someone looks nice, but remember, if you think, oh, I feel bad, look at them, they're nice, you look nice too some days, and even on your bad days, you look nice to somebody, and that somebody should always be yourself as well. So never put these down, you know. If you start reading a post, don't like saying it, move on. If the post is important to you, then read it, but don't take everything perhaps personally. Make sure you understand the post. If someone has spelling mistakes, we, you know, don't mock them for it. It's not nice. They're making an effort. They're making themselves vulnerable because perhaps they know they make mistakes, but they're putting themselves out there. It's too easy to jump on someone. Oh, that's funny. Look at them. They did this wrong. They did that wrong. It takes a bigger person to sort of actually put the post there in the first place. It takes a bigger person. It takes a gentleman. It takes a proper human being to actually support. Sometimes it's easy to mock people. So, you know, if you're going to mock someone, just skip past it. You know, we all got people perhaps we I suppose perhaps would like to connect with more, and again it's another reason why we have Facebook, because we can talk to everybody. You can talk to your family and friends in one group phase. You know, some people think perhaps you shouldn't perhaps put your, if you've, I don't know, got some sort of medical thing, but again it's choice. Maybe you do it because you want people to understand. Personally, you know, I've done it a few times myself, but I've never done it as a sob story. But some people might read it as a sob story, but it's not. You're just informing people. You know, oh, I don't feel well. I've never done that. But, you know, sometimes you just also press this as the day you want someone to sort of say, hey, yeah, you're okay today. So again, so don't knock anyone for doing that. If you don't want to read it, skip past it. But maybe one day you might want to do that. We all think it's funny, we all think yeah, but there might be a day when you need that support. You know, there might be a day when perhaps you start feeling depressed or anxious or sad, you know, and you want someone to talk to. But if you've been mocking everybody, or people really want to respond and support you, it's just worth saying to think about. But I say don't take Facebook too seriously. We're all going to read a post, we agree, disagree, don't like, do like. So I think Facebook is good and I think Facebook is bad. I don't think Facebook should make anyone feel like they have to do it. I think it's important in life to try and improve yourself and look at things where you could improve. But I think that's general before Facebook. after Facebook, whether you've got your phone turned on, turned off. Now, before I did this video, I did ask on our Maxmus and Leicester Facebook page what people thought, whether they wanted any comments on here. The comments I got was, I feel Facebook has too much news from everyone. This is information the brain doesn't need sometimes. I think we can function better in relationships without Facebook. But Facebook is great for sharing media and a range of people at the same time. So for me, it's good to share with others at the same time, but sometimes what you read may be irrelevant and unnecessary, and that could be wasting time. This way the user needs to control who has access to your feeds, but so many suggest the ads. Well, the ads will appear, is what keeps Facebook free. I feel this is becoming too congested. So again, I think part of that is how much you use Facebook and what you use Facebook for. They do connect with other companies. We have to accept this. If you're going to use social media, that you're going to have to set your adverts. You're going to have to accept that you're going to read posts you're not going to like. You have to accept you're going to see photos you may not like. But at the same time, you're going to see stuff you do like and will like. So again, the question of if Facebook good and bad. If it's bad, don't use it for you. But I think personally, me saying that is kind of wrong, because I would then, me as an individual would say personally, try and turn it around what you're thinking and feeling. Don't read too much into these posts that are making you feel it's bad and it's wrong. I would never use Facebook for gossip. I'm not interested personally in flicking through a post. Yeah, we've all done it. All did you see so-and-so's post? We've all done that, but not in a gossipy way that I will spend the next 24 hours telling everybody I see. Yeah, I talk to a few people about stuff I see, but that's about limitations. And I think if you're going to, check up on someone regular, why don't you just send them a friend's request? At least be honest. If you want to read their post, be honest with them, be friends with them. Otherwise what you're hiding, I share the YouTube, obviously, lots of different groups in Facebook, which is allowed us to share that. Try Maxmus and Leicester Facebook group, my own personal group. I've got a few health groups I belong to, a few YouTube groups, photography groups. So, you can never read them all, and I don't spend a great deal of time on Facebook, so I flick through a few times. I like to support people, and every time I personally have put like good luck or get well, I've meant it. I've never meant anything else, and I think that's important. If you don't mean it, don't put it. Sometimes you're better off not saying anything than just sort of being a bit sarcasm or anything like that. Then just don't, because that's not going to help anybody, and it, to be honest, it only makes you look bad because everybody else reads that. So you don't only make yourself look bad to the person's post, if other people will see it, kind of think that's a bit weird. So if you can't do it, then things. But as I say, whether it's good or bad depends on how you use it and how you read it. Except that perhaps you might be misreading things. Except that you might think differently, as we're all different. Except that people are going to put posts that you may not necessarily put on there yourself. So it is about acceptance. But that's my thinking on Facebook. Let us know your thinking and feelings, and have a chat about it. Come join us on our group. Have a chat what you think is good or bad. I think it's the same with any social media, Twitter. We'll go into them perhaps in another video. But I think Facebook is good if you want to keep together with your friends and family. And if anyone, even if you think there's anything wrong with anyone's posts, let's be honest with them, because you're only kind of reading one side, and again, you're not reading a tone of a voice. You're not looking at anyone's body language, which is another reason why as human beings we can misread things. Because when you're talking to face, and let's face it, maybe wrong word, is a lot of people say I prefer to talk to people, we all prefer to talk to people, but at the same time of saying that is you don't always get to see people as much as you like, so appreciate that they're trying to communicate with you anyway. But anyway, this is it. Thank you for watching today. Let us know your views. Maybe we continue this, and as I say, whether it's good or bad, for me, my final answer really is it's down to you how you use it. If you're going to think negative about things in life, perhaps it's not for you. If you want to communicate, if you want to be able to share, and you're going to accept everybody, it has different thoughts and feelings, and accept that you are going to be post and you might upset you one way or another, but you can move on, then it's going to be no problem. But most of us are in the middle, but if you do get a bad time, sort it out. Alright, thank you very much everybody. Sorry if I've waffled on, but I think it is an important subject. And you take care. Come join us on Facebook. Bye.